The finals of the FIFA World Cup football, the greatest football match ever played in the history of football. Argentina defeated France. The favorite son of God, Messi, became the king of the football world. I had predicted that France would win. I had said Argentina would lose. My prediction was wrong. I was wrong. I'm here to talk about what happened. Before the World Cup began, I had put out a video in which I had said that France and Argentina would play the finals. I think I was the only astrologer in the world, at least I'm the only astrologer I know of, who picked this set of finalists before the World Cup began. Other astrologers were picking a whole range of other countries. Nobody picked France. Several didn't even pick Argentina. In fact, there's a lot of controversy that has been generated around the footage of this astrologer called Greenstone Lobo that I used in my last video. Now, in that video, he had said that the sure winner of the World Cup was Germany. The second sure winner, or an equally strong contender and 100% certainty, was also England, and Brazil were also very, very strong contenders. So the winner was guaranteed to be from one of these three. None of these three made the semifinals. The semifinals were Argentina, France, Morocco, and Croatia. At that point, he put out another video in which he said for sure the winner was going to be either Croatia or Morocco, and definitely not Argentina and France.
I'm excluding the top two teams, which every one of us expect to win. I mean, if you look at these four teams, all experts will tell you, oh, France will win. And all the fans will say, Argentina will win. But I'm saying that these two teams have very little chance. I mean, they almost have no chances to win the World Cup. Okay? And I would say the only two teams which really have a chance to win are Croatia and Morocco. Within these two teams, who can win? I mean, I don't know. It's very difficult to say because we don't have the exact birth details. Okay, so it's going to be difficult for us to say that.
Morocco and Croatia lost the semifinals. And then he put out a video in which he said that the sure winner now were Argentina. And Argentina won. Since then, he's been messaging me and sending me direct messages talking about how his prediction succeeded and mine failed. If you get it right on the sixth attempt, you require a tremendous amount of courage to claim that your prediction worked. It's very similar to a scenario like this. The Cricket World Cup is coming up next year. Without looking at a single horoscope, without even opening the charts, I make a statement right now that for sure the winner is going to be either India, for sure, or Australia, for sure, or England, for sure. Now, God forbid India doesn't make it to the semifinals, and the other two teams also get knocked out. And the semifinalists are now Pakistan, South Africa, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. I put out another video in which I say for sure the winner is going to be either South Africa or Bangladesh. But South Africa and Bangladesh both get knocked out in the semifinals, and the finals are between Pakistan and Sri Lanka. And then I put out a video saying, for sure, Sri Lanka is going to win. And they win. I definitely can't claim that my prediction worked. Astrology is not about possibilities or probabilities. It's about a definite outcome. And I also want to mention that astrology is not about luck or just the grace of God. Astrology is based on your karma from past lives. It's based on hard work, it's based on effort, it's based on achievement that you have already created in the past. It's a script that can't be altered. In some cases, certain remedial measures work effectively and work wonderfully, but that should also reflect in the horoscope. You should be able to look at the chart and say that something will be done to this chart. There will be some divine grace that comes in, that alters the outcome that is initially visible at first glance. Astrology is not a joke. It's not guesswork. It's not people just saying any random thing and hoping that it works. But unfortunately, that is what it has become. Before the World Cup started, I had predicted that France and Argentina would play the finals. They did. I then put out a video in which I said what I had said right at the start of the World Cup, that France would defeat Argentina. During the World Cup, there was a lot of controversy about the time of birth of Messi that I was using. A lot of different times were suggested. I studied a couple of those times and I stuck to the time that I had. I said that 8:30 p.m. is his time of birth. But I also said in that same video that if his time were 8:29 and 30 seconds, which means if his time of birth was just 30 seconds off, his entire dasha chart would change and his pran dasha would change from moon, which was suggesting failure and defeat, to sun, which was guaranteeing victory. I had said in that video that if his time of birth is 8:29 and 30, he wins. But I also said that I don't believe it is 8:29 and 30. I believe it is 8:30 sharp, and therefore he will lose. But I told you that it's not all over for Argentina and Messi. And you know why? Because if you make a small adjustment in Messi's horoscope, if you change his time of birth from 8:30 p.m. to 8:29 and 30 seconds, his dasha chart changes. What happens now? Now, at 8:29:30, Messi has the Mahadasha of Jupiter, the Antardasha of Moon, the Pratyantardasha of Rahu, the Sukshmdasha of Rahu. In the 30-second difference, in this new time of birth, which is 30 seconds different from the time I've been working with, the first 4 levels of his horoscope remain the same. But his Pran Dasha now is that of Sun. The exact time that the finals of the FIFA World Cup are played, Messi is going to be running the Pran Dasha of Sun. If Sun is the Pran Dasha lord of this horoscope, there is a very strong chance that Messi and Argentina will in fact be the winners of this World Cup. If Sun is the Pran Dasha lord of this horoscope, Messi is winning this World Cup. So what's going to happen? The unstoppable horoscope of Mbappe, or Surya, the Pran Dasha of Messi, making him the victor? It's a difficult question. It's a complex question. A 30-second difference in Messi's horoscope can change the destiny of Argentina and take them from runners-up to the champions of the world. What do I feel? Intuitively, I feel that his time of birth is 8:30 sharp. I feel that his Pran Dasha is going to be Moon. I believe that Messi has come close, but he's not going to manage to win it all. My astrology was not wrong, because I had a horoscope very, very close to the time of birth that I was using, within the range of possibility of his true time of birth, which spoke of Messi's victory. What failed was my intuition. What failed was my instinct. I was not able to see that I should be using 8:29 and 30 as his time of birth, 8:29 and 30 seconds. What I didn't understand was that 8:30 was not the chart I should be using, and 8:29:30 was the chart that would show me the true outcome. Why did that happen? A couple of reasons. The most important reason, my intuition failed. My instinct was wrong. The second reason, I saw such dazzling success in Mbappe's horoscope that I didn't think that Argentina would be able to produce the miracle to overcome that. Mbappe was dazzling in the finals. He scored 4 goals in the final match. The best strikers in the world don't manage to score 4 goals in the entire tournament. He scored it in one evening. And the third point that led me to believe that France would win was my personal bias. I have been a lifelong fan of French football. And so maybe I wanted them to win. Maybe I was hoping that they would win. And that is why I picked the wrong time of birth. I used the wrong time of birth for Messi. And even though their right time of birth was right in front of me and the chart predicting success had been cast by me, I rejected that. And I picked the chart that spoke of failure. I picked the chart that spoke of the success of France. Astrology is a deeply intuitive science. It's a deeply divine science. I have said this on 100 occasions that actually none of us have the right to call ourselves astrologers. To be a true astrologer, you need to have intuition that is so refined, that is so developed, that there is no guesswork when you are studying a horoscope. True intuition is what makes an astrologer an astrologer. The rest of us are working towards it. A lot of us are not even working towards it and are just indulging in pure guesswork and are playing games, looking to get famous, looking to get rich. I want to make it very clear that I'm not looking to make money from astrology. I haven't monetized my YouTube channel. I don't accept collaborations or paid promotions on Instagram, and I take on maybe 1 out of 100 requests for personal readings that I get. I don't rely on astrology for my expenses, for my life, for my living. This is my full-time job, but this is a part of my divine search. This is a part of my understanding of myself, of the universe, of divinity. I want to do it with integrity, I want to do it with honesty, and I don't want to play games. I don't care if I'm right or wrong, because I will tell you exactly what I am seeing, and I will see it to the best of my ability, to the best of my mathematical ability, to the best of my intuitive ability. If I'm right, wonderful. If I'm wrong, I will just try better the next time. This has inspired me to go deeper in my study of astrology. This has inspired me to go deeper in my meditation. We are astrologers. I'm not looking to create a conflict like MC Stan and Emive Bante over here on this channel. Astrologers are not part of that world or that circuit or that universe. I'm here to connect with sincere students of astrology. I'm here to learn from other astrologers. I'm here to get better at this science, at this craft. I've had remarkable success in my astrology in the past. Look at the predictions I've made. I have correctly predicted almost every match of the last 3 Cricket World Cups. I have made predictions that nobody else made, including the fact that India would lose to Pakistan in the last Cricket World Cup, that India would defeat Pakistan in this World Cup. And there was no ambiguity with regard to my predictions. I don't say, if this happens, then that will happen. If India plays against a Chinese opponent, they will win. If this player plays against a Danish opponent, they will lose. On a particular day, the outcome is fixed. The outcome of an event is not in doubt. The outcome can change if the day of the event changes. But on that specific day, irrespective of your opponent, your outcome is clearly spoken of in your horoscope. That is what I'm trying to decode. That is what I'm trying to discover. A lot of people have written into me, offering me their support, their encouragement, and speaking of their continued faith in me. I thank you for that. I'm going to get better as I go along, and I want you to know that I'm going to do this with the greatest sincerity, the greatest integrity, the greatest commitment that I have. I will be honest to you, to myself, and to this divine science.